Hello. Today, I and my buddy Joe English would like to talk to you a little bit about some vocab items we think are useful in your writing and speaking. So, without further ado, let's share the PowerPoint and discuss these vocabulary items. Okay. So, our vocab items for today will start with this one, alacrity. Alacrity is the first vocab item that we would like to discuss together. Alacrity is brisk and cheerful readiness. Brisk and cheerful readiness. Somebody is ready about doing something or accepting something because he's happy and because he feels happy, and that thing is cheerful, makes him feel content and pleased. In what occasions you would feel alacrity? For example, she accepted the invitation with alacrity. She's invited to a celebration or a festival or something that she feels happy about. This thing is cheerful for her, makes her feel happy. So she accepted with alacrity, with swiftness. Okay. Having studied really hard last night, the student took the exam with alacrity. He was ready or she was ready for that test or that exam. The boy jumped up and down with enthusiasm as he inched closer to the candy store. Replace the word in green. So instead of saying enthusiasm here, we could as well say with alacrity, because he was ready and swift in going to that candy store because he's going to enjoy the candy and chocolates and whatnot. Okay, so our first vocab item for today is alacrity. It's a noun and it means brisk and cheerful readiness. You're ready to do something, you're ready to take or accept something, and you are happy about it. Let's move to another vocab item. Okay, discreet. Discreet. Discreet is an adjective, not a noun. So the part of speech is adjective. What does it mean? Not attracting attention. Not attracting attention. Does it have another meaning? Yes. Being careful about what one says or does to avoid embarrassing or upsetting others. In other words, being cautious. So discreet could mean not attracting attention and also could mean cautious or careful, not to hurt others or not to tell about someone's secret or something like that. Examples: if a friend of yours told you a secret or so, something personal, would you be discreet? So, would you keep it and not tell the other people? Okay, so discreet could mean somebody who is careful not to tell about someone else's secret. Okay, another example. If you want to be wise, we need to replace this word. Do not drive a flashy car. Okay, so a flashy car would be a car that attracts attention, like it's a very expensive or ostentatious car or something that attracts attention. A very expensive Mercedes, for example, or any kind of luxurious car. And so if you don't want to attract attention, you better be discreet, or you might as well drive a car, that won't attract attention if you are discreet, or if you don't want to attract attention. So being discreet meaning you don't want to attract attention. If you dress ostentatiously, then you would attract attention. Like if you dress in very expensive and clothes that are all designer clothes, for example, so this might attract attention. This will attract other people's attention. But if you dress discreetly, then you wouldn't attract attention then. Another example, he married a politician and wanted to keep his affair guarded, unknown, and hidden. So guarded and unknown could also mean discreet. Okay? If you told if I told you her secret, I would not be a very discreet person. So I wouldn't have kept it. So discreet so far is an adjective, and it has two main meanings. One, not attracting attention, and the other is cautious or careful not to tell about other people's secrets. Let's now move to another vocab item. Impudence. Impudence is a noun. The part of speech is a noun. It's not a verb. And what does it mean, impudence? The state of being rude. The state of being rude is called impudence. Okay. Do you remember a situation when you were being rude, that is impudent? Has it ever happened for someone to be rude to you, to be impudent to you? So in that situation, you suffer from his or her impudence, that other person. His arrogance and impudence had offended many. So impudence meaning not being polite or the state of being rude. Another example, um, we need to correct the mistake in that sentence. Offended by the rude car salesman's, would we say courteousness? The couple decided to take their business to a dealership where they felt respected. Well, if you were asked to correct this mistake, what would you say? Of course, you will take courteousness out and put impudence, because courteousness is quite the opposite of impudence. If you are courteous, then you are polite and you are careful not to offend other people's feelings. But impudence is just the state of being rude, quite the opposite of courteousness. Okay, so let's move to another vocab item that we want to discuss today. Irreproachable. Irreproachable is an adjective, and it means without fault, not faulty, without a blemish. Some people like to think of themselves as irreproachable, or that they do their jobs in an irreproachable way, irreproachably, let's say. So, examples of irreproachable in a sentence. The police captain is expected to have irreproachable behavior. Especially the police officers need to behave according to certain code, and because if they do not follow certain, certain ethics and certain professional behavior, this might incur uh, troubles or criticism from others and so on. Okay, because of course they are much in the eyes of the people, and in many cases they are synonymous with law. So if you see a police officer breaking the law, it wouldn't be something good. This would be a very reproachable behavior, the opposite of irreproachable. Okay, another example. Hernan's reproachable behavior makes her a role model. We need to change that. So if you are asked to correct this word, reproachable, so correcting the mistake here would be replacing it with irreproachable, because we know if we add the prefix ir or in or dis before certain words, whether they are adjectives or verbs or nouns, they bring the opposite or the antonym of the word. So reproachable means something faulty or a faulty behavior. The opposite is irreproachable, which means somebody behaving correctly without any fault or any problem. If we say another example for getting the antonym by adding a preface, agree and disagree. So if you add this at the beginning of certain words or verbs or nouns, you get the opposite. Agree, disagree, agreement, disagreement. Also IR, responsible, irresponsible, reproachable, irreproachable, and so forth. So be careful with these prefixes and suffixes. The last word we want to discuss today is the word myriad or myriads, meaning countless or innumerable or extremely great number of whatever, people or things or whatever. Myriads of insects danced around the light above my head. So if we say myriads of, meaning countless number of, many, many, many number of, many numbers of. I will never be able to count the myriad or the myriads blessings I have received. The myriad blessings I have received, meaning the many, many blessings I have received. The sparkling, countless lights of the city reminded me of my days in Paris. Replace with the word with a synonym. So something synonym with countless, we can say sparkling myriads lights or a myriad of lights, meaning a great number of. Okay, so one more time, myriad or myriads is a noun, and it means countless number of, or great number of whatever people or things or so on. Just I want to give you one tip. If you want to learn vocabulary, you should learn them in the first place while reading or listening to certain passages or certain dialogues or conversations. Do not learn vocab items in isolation. You should always use them in examples and sentences as we show some of these here. And also remember that even if one word or vocab item has one prevalent meaning, it also may have many other meanings besides the meaning that is most prevalent. So keep that in mind, because some language learners that I have seen and dealt with would just say that this word, for example, means so and so, and it's hard for them to see that it might have other meanings if it is put in different contexts or different, passages or in different uses. That one word in English might have more than one meaning. Just put that in mind. If you want to learn some vocab items, always, always, always use them in context, use them in examples. It's even better if you learn a group of vocab items related together somehow semantically or otherwise by learning them when you read a passage or when you listen to conversation being exchanged from one interlocutor to the other and so on. So, and the best way to do vocab is practice, because practice makes perfect. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.